Hey guys, it's Wednesday, and I'm gonna do just a real quick video. I wanted to check in and share a couple things because I've been getting inundated with emails and questions, and I want to answer some of the questions you guys have sent me. And I think what I'm gonna have to do is do a series of videos because that way I can answer a lot of the questions at one time, as opposed to like individual emails, because I just can't get back to all of you in a timely manner. Just with, I'm sorry, I'm sweating. I just worked out. With all the, stuff I have going on in my life and all of the different questions I'm getting from you guys, I want to answer all of them because they're all super important. But I just can't. I wouldn't get back to you in a timely manner, and I fear that would disappoint you. And so, I think this might be the easiest way for me to communicate a couple things with you guys. And I want to do more videos that are more specific to different subjects like food, exercise, and things like that. And then I think also my brother's going to come back and do some more Ask the Trainer videos. But in the meantime, I wanted to answer a couple like general questions I got from you guys after the post, which first of all, thank you so much for all of your encouragement. And I got so many emails and phone calls, texts, all this stuff from you guys, cards in the mail, just encouraging me on my journey and congratulating me on, how it's gone thus far. But then also a lot of responses from people saying, I don't know what to do. I'm in the exact same place you were 3 months ago. Where do I start? What do I do? And I want to be able to help each of you. The problem with that is that I don't know each of you personally. I don't know your limitations with your diet. I don't know your limitations with exercise. And so for me to just give out a blanket, list of foods you can and can't eat, calories you have to consume, and workouts you have to do, it would be irresponsible of me. And I know that people want specifics, and I want to be able to give them to you, but we're each different. And so it would, like I said, it'd be irresponsible for me to hand out just a blanket advice for everybody. That being said, there are some things that I feel are universal and across the board for healthy living, and I wanted to share those with you. I know I've shared them in some posts, but I want to go over them again in case you missed that. And the question everybody has asked me, like 95% of the emails I got after I posted on Instagram and on my blog was, what is your secret? I know that there's some secrets you have about how you lost all this weight and what you're eating. I know there's secrets, and I'm going to tell you my secret. Do you want to know my secret? Okay. Want to know it? It's pretty good. It's called working really, really hard. It's called sacrificing, and it's called eating healthy. That's it. There is no secret other than that. That's the secret. And I know that that disappoints people because we are a culture of wanting the results without the hard work often. I know I was. And it just doesn't happen. And my secret is that every morning I wake up, I pray, and I say, Lord, help me to work hard today to make the best choices I can for everything. But with this diet especially, I have had to sacrifice. I've had to work really hard in a variety of areas, and I've had to stay committed. And that's what you're going to have to do. Now, what that looks like for every single person can be a little different, but if you want results from anything in life, you're going to have to work hard and give. I remember when I used to do Tae Bo a lot, Billy Blanks. Anybody with me? So I would do his workout, and the guy was crazy. He was crazy. I love him. But he would always say, you got to give something to get something. You have to give something to get something. And I kind of believe with everything, everywhere, except for salvation from the good Lord Jesus, you have to give something to get something. Salvation's free. Losing weight isn't. Good relationships aren't. Good parenting isn't. Nothing's free. You have to put in hard work. You have to exercise your ability to make good choices, and then you'll see results. And so I know lots of people are like, there has to be something. Pills, a secret equation to your food. And while I do remain within a certain caloric intake a day, there is no secret. All I'm doing is waking up, eating healthfully all day, and spending at least 45 minutes a day moving, working, doing something. And on some days I can't get to a workout. So I extra vigorously vacuum my carpets, or I make sure to run up and down the stairs in my house, or I take the kids for a very, very long power walk. But I make sure I'm moving and I eat healthy. And that's my secret. My secret is that I don't cheat, whatever people want to call it. Cheating to me, and this is hard for people, it's a sticking point, but cheating for me just keeps me away from my goal. Now, I've already hit one of my goals. I lost 40 pounds, so technically, yes, I can cheat if that's and I will at some point eat, cheese or something like that, but I don't view it like I used to. I viewed eating those foods as what made me happy because it was normal. It was what everybody else was doing. But what I wasn't seeing was eating those types of food for me. It made my stomach out of whack. It made me moody. So to me, it's just a choice. I can choose to eat what quote unquote normal is for everybody else and suffer the consequences of that to be able to be normal and do that, or I cannot, and I can make the choice to not eat it and be healthy and feel better than I felt before. So for me, it's kind of a no-brainer. Will I, when I lose 50 pounds, go out and celebrate with some chocolates? Perhaps I might. I've got my eye on a couple dishes, like a steak. Really sounds good. But it doesn't sound so good that I need it in my life right now. So yes, I just sacrifice. I sacrifice my ability to choose that. I sacrifice, and then the reward is that I feel excellent every single day. Now, quickly, a few things I think you can start doing today that will make a difference, a huge difference for you, without me getting into specifics, because I really feel like if this is something you want to be committed to, weight loss, healthy living, which I really think it's about healthy living. 40 pounds later, I still will say that even if I didn't lose a pound, I would have stayed on this just for how it makes me feel as a whole person. It makes me feel less moody. My body's not in pain. I'm sleeping more. I'm happier. Or I should say I have more peace because I'm more focused on what's important in my life as opposed to just feeling crummy all the time. So I really feel this is about healthy living. And if you're on that track and you are wanting that for your life, there are a couple things I think you should do. First of all, I think you should talk to your doctor. And if you have the resources to talk with a personal trainer or a nutritionist, I think that's important. And yes, it does cost money, but it's worth investigating. But first start talking to your doctor. That's very, very important because they know you better than I do. I can't give you certain plans. I just can't because I don't know about you. Physiologically and physically, I can't prescribe those things. So talk to a doctor. If you can, talk to a trainer. My brother is a personal trainer who is able to talk with people who are not just, in this area. He can talk to you via email, video chat. He's already helping some people in other states. He's available for that. And he is reasonably priced and he's dynamic and wonderful. So email me for his information. We've also linked to it in some other blog posts, and I'll link to it in this blog post as well. That's the first thing I think you should do. The second thing, and I'm just going to give you some real quick things I think you can do to start eating healthy today. First of all, like I said in my last blog post, sub out your soda. Get out of soda. Get out of drinking soda all day. Diet Coke or regular Coke. And I'm a Diet Coke fiend. I love it. I could drink 10 of them a day. I love them, but don't. It's artificial, it's chemical, it's toxic, and you have no idea what it's doing to your body. And when we don't know what it's doing to our body, we have no idea the side effects it's causing and what other things it's causing your body to do. And that's for all food that is processed. We have zero clue the ramifications of what we're eating right now. We're starting to see them with the epidemic of cancers, heart disease, obesity, diabetes in our society, but I swear in 15, 20 years, it's going to be worse. So cut out the pop. regular and leaded, right there, if you started drinking, a gallon of water a day and cut out all of your sugar-filled beverages, guarantee you'll feel better and you'll drop pounds. Trust me. Secondly, well, water, just start doing that. Start drinking tons of water. Clear your body out. Secondly, and I think it was the most important for me, was cut out processed food. All processed food. There is no processed food that people can convince me is beneficial. There's just not. And since so much of our culture is processed, everything, fast food, restaurants, even the aisles of Whole Foods and Sprouts have processed foods. And definitely some, not all of them are created equal, some are better than the others. But I would encourage you, go through your pantry and just look at all the processed food you have. I mean, it's crazy town. Like, sub out, get rid of that stuff. Get rid of the idea that you have to have that because it's quick and fast. Because, like I said, if there's more than about 4 or 5 ingredients in your food that you're consuming, chances are it's not good for you. And chances are there's chemicals in it, GMOs in it. It's not organic. It's not healthy for you. It's being sprayed with pesticides. You have no clue the stuff that is going into your food, which I realized in the last couple months. Like, I was feeding myself food and I had zero information about where it was coming from and how it was being treated and what was being put into it. And I'm talking all the processed food and like the stuff that says whole wheat and multi-grain. I mean, truly, like I said, if it has chemicals and ingredients that you don't know how to pronounce, you don't know what those things are doing to your body. And they may be attributing to your heartburn, your sleeplessness, your mood swings, because the body has so many things firing all at one time. If there's chemicals in, we have no idea, why at 2:00 every day am I getting a horrible headache? Why, am I struggling with horrible PMS? Why do I have awful mood swings the day after I have a huge dessert? Because our bodies have so many things coming into them, so much processed chemical-laden food, we have no idea what it's doing. The easiest way to figure out what is causing the problems that you're experiencing, that we think it's just because we're overweight, I think it's because we're taking in food that we have no clue what we're eating. So get rid of it. And I'm talking the stuff that is in right now, your low-fat, crackers, cookies. Mostly it's like all the desserts, the sugary cereals, all of that stuff that is just so easy to grab and eat. It's got to go. I don't think it's good for anybody. And I think that that's a blanket statement I can make. Sub out vegetables, fruit, organic beans, organic rice, things that, soups and, I'm a meat eater, so I love organic chicken, good fish, and vegetables. Learn to love vegetables, because the cleaner you eat, the easier you're going to see where the problem was. And the next thing I would say, which I know people are going to have a real hard time with, and that is okay. I think dairy, I know, I just said it. Dairy is really hard for people to get rid of. But if you think about the reasons why most people don't want to get rid of dairy, I think the big reasons why people don't want to get rid of dairy is because they don't want to stop with their creamers and their coffees, and they love cheese. Because really, lots of other dairy, I really think those are the sticking points for people. People love their cheese on their sandwiches, on their crackers in general, and they love their creamers and their coffees and, milk in baking and then things like that. But those things in cheese and in dairy as a whole, I feel the nutritional value that comes from that people will argue come from cheese and milk and things like that, it can be found in other nutritional sources. And I'll leave that up to you to do that research and decide that for yourself. But most of the dairy that we consume that we're really married to serves little purpose for nutritional value. I know you hate me right now, but soft cheeses are high in saturated fat, high in regular fat, high in calories, and pretty low on the nutritional value. Yes, they will give you some calcium and protein, but you can find that in other areas that are better for you. And I hear you. I love Coffee Mate. Oh my gosh, I still have not gotten used to black coffee, and it's getting better. But I miss my Coffee Mate. But it was like poison I was putting in my body, people. We do not know the stuff that's in those. I mean, look at the back of. Just start looking at the recipe or the ingredient listings. It's insane. There's like 400 things in your Coffee Mate. You can't even pronounce it. So I would say start researching your dairy intake. Not to mention, dairy messes up some people's systems. I've started reading books lately on how dairy and red meat alone have really taken a toll on Western civilization. How the amount of dairy and red meat that we consume as Americans is proportional to the instances of cancer and diabetes and heart disease. Whereas in other countries where there's very little dairy and red meat consumption, their rate of cancer and diabetes, even osteoporosis, are so much lower than ours. And there's a direct correlation. I can give you all that information if you'd like that, so you can research it for your own. But it's not even opinion, it's really fact. So do I think it can be used minimally? Absolutely, like with anything. But if it's something you're habitually eating every single day, like I wanted my Laughing Cow cheese on my sandwich. I wanted to be able to have tapas night with cheese and crackers and olives and a glass of red wine, and then I wanted to be able to have my Coffee Mate creamer in my coffee, and I wanted to be able to bake with, refined sugars and milk and all these things. It was just a way of living, and I had to systematically pull those things out of my diet and research each one of them. And when I really, tore it down to brass tacks, I realized that for me, the best, and really I feel like for most people, whether they want to recognize it or not, the best and cleanest way to live is to live by eating minimally processed foods. And that's counterculture right now, but I feel like it's getting better. And you do have a lot of things that are at your disposal at the different markets and whatnot. And I want to do another video highlighting some of the foods that I eat to help you guys kind of visualize what my menu may look like, but I didn't have time to do that today. But I did bring one thing because I know for people they're carb lovers, and I get that. I personally stay under 1,500 calories a day, which for some people are like, oh, I'm sorry, I say what? That is not a lot. But what you have to understand is when you're eating clean and you're eating minimally processed foods, they're pretty low calorie. So I eat all day. I probably eat more than you do. I just load up on tons of veggies, lean meat, legumes, beans, egg whites. I do have egg whites in the morning. And I'm just a veggieaholic. Like I just eat tons of veggies. I make a mean zucchini cake, which is actually really good. Turkey and fish. I like fish. But I do have a bread that I love, and it does have more than 6 ingredients. But it is you can find it at Costco too, which is amazing. It's by Alpine Valley Natural Whole Grain Bread. It's organic, all natural, no oils, and it's multi-grain with omega-3. And it does have in it, whole grain wheat flour, organic honey, oat bran, oats, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, cultured yeast, vinegar, sea salt. It's all organic though, and it's delicious. And it's pretty low in carbs for one piece, and I do get some in the morning of this. So I want you to start to visualize different foods that are available, and I'm going to go into that more in depth in the next video. But there are tons of foods available to you. I think it's just kind of reworking what is good for us. And so I would do those things I said. That's what I would start with if I could give you a piece of advice for people who are like, yes, let's make this change. I got to do it. Go visit your doctor. Talk to them about your desire to get healthy. Cut out the soda and the refined sugar because it's just not good for you. Period. It's just not, especially the way we're intaking it as a culture. Start drinking water. Flood your system with water. Throw out the processed foods. I think that all doctors and trainers would probably agree that they're just not good for you. And start eating clean. Start investigating and learning about, vegetables and fruits and the options you have to, get your body moving like the machine that it is. Also, real quick, I just wanted to let you know, I don't eat 3 square meals a day. I eat about 5 to 6 times a day. I definitely sit down with the family at breakfast, lunch, and dinner and eat with them, but I have about 6 small meals a day, just to keep my body going. I think lots of times we do the whole, like, I'm a mom, I'm getting up at 6, I'm going to eat, and then I don't eat again until 2. There's nothing about that equation that's good for you. You need fuel every single day, and if we're looking at our body like a machine, which is very much how I do, you got to put in to be able to keep going, and put in the right foods. So the second I wake up, I eat, or within about 20, 30 minutes of waking up, and I just eat basically every 3 hours, if not a little less, to just keep my body having energy, having foods to operate, and good foods to keep me going. So I hope that was a little bit of a help for you, those of you who want to jumpstart. And then I'm going to try and get a little more personalized with some of the content of the next videos. I know lots of you have asked about my sandbag exercises. Lots of you have asked about specific food and specific workouts that I do, and I'd like to help you all, but I hope that this was just a little bit of a help. I would also encourage you, if you have questions about my story and my journey, on the left-hand side of the blog, if you go down a little bit, there's the Healthy Living button. If you click on that, it'll show you all the posts that I've done so far about this, and lots of those posts include links to documentaries I thought were really informational, books, my brother's information if you'd like to get a hold of him, and just some of my general ideas. I am by no means a personal trainer. I'm not a fitness blogger. I'm not doing this for money or anything. So this is just kind of me as you get me. And if it's a little scattered or not super professional, I apologize. This is just me wanting to help you guys. And I hope I answered some of your questions. Like I said, though, email me anytime. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. But I think this is going to be a good forum for me to be able to answer your questions, is kind of doing the video thing. So I hope this helped a little bit. I hope you have a great week and weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.